I don't know what shot. Welcome back to the Ain't Shit Show.
Me, Shaggy.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Marcos.
We recorded like an episode like a few days ago.
And it was miserable.
It was miserable. I was coming off like a real heater of a day.
It was an Eeyore-ass episode.
It was an Eeyore-ass episode. It was real bad. So we're never getting... That's another lost episode. We just keep getting lost episodes, but this one is...
But this one's not important like most of our...
Yeah, lost.
This isn't like a big deal like the Lost Ain't Shit Show movie where we got Daniel Day-Lewis to come out of retirement and play Hamwich. I really wish you guys could have seen that one.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He's so good. He's such a professional.
Yeah, he's like, you know what I fuck with, dog? I was like, all right, chill out, man.
Yeah, we can't release the outtakes of that one. Mm-hmm. He got real method.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
You cannot take that man to a gas station.
Me and Hamwich work out. We go to the gym, right? Like twice a week. And it's really nice. Like, it's nice because he keeps me from killing myself, which is like what I really like. You know what I'm saying? I'm a crazy person, so when I go to the gym by myself, I like go for 3 hours. Like, I'm like, oh, I'll do an hour of cardio and an hour of lifting, and then I'll go swim for an hour. And that's crazy. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? And then I come home the next day and I'm like, I'm sore, I don't feel good, and then I deliver the mail, and it's like I'm in this like really bad mood. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not mentally clear because you know what, but like going with Hamwich has been making me kind of mentally clear, but also Hamwich isn't playing a character when he comes on the show. I need you to know that. I need everyone to know that, right? Hamwich is like that all the time. He can't turn that off. He's constantly saying things that you can't say, that white baby style things, you know, out loud everywhere we go.
You can't say that white adult.
Yeah. we went to we go to the gym and we're working out, and I'm looking for a I'm looking for like a what you call it, I'm looking for like a treadmill that's next to Hamwich so we can run together, you know, like where he walks and I run, and like that's the thing. And like while we're looking for treadmills, it's like there's not a lot of there's not enough there's too many people are there, and he's like he's like, I'm not waiting to be on no slave machine. And I was like, dog, what are you saying? And he's like, well, nah, they invented this shit for slaves. And I'm like, all right, dude, we don't got to get into this, right? Can we just, I'll wait. You get on the next one, I'll wait. How about that, right?
Actually, yeah, if you read the old Conan stories, that is how they broke slaves, the treadmill of pain.
Yeah. They used to make them walk treadmill. Yeah, it was fucked up. Anyways, what else is new? A bunch of stuff has been happening, and I've been paying attention to it.
I just want a really quick note. There's something kind of awe-inspiring about the pure contempt for humanity that Verizon displays in all of their websites, in their phone prompts. They have the most retarded chatbot I've ever talked to in my life that somehow is even dumber than their phone prompt system. Somehow they have a chatbot that's dumber than an answering machine, which is something, especially these days.
Yeah,
these chatbots are pretty good.
Impressive. It's almost impressive.
It is impressive. I was on the phone with my my beloved's family while her father tried to navigate the Verizon website to just figure out how to upgrade a phone plan. They're on the phone for like a half hour, and he's a pretty level-headed guy. He started cussing. They got him. They fucking got him. Well, he's also like been, he also gets like a good deal because he's been like with Verizon since the towers fell. Yeah,
since they put the first thing in space.
And I think they resent him for the fact that he gets a good deal, so they like hide it.
Oh yeah, for sure. They don't like you if you're like.
Are you a long-term customer? Are you a long-term loyal customer who's been
fuck out of here,
hanging with the company for 20 years? Well, fuck you, asshole.
Because you get locked into like a contract that they can't make any more money off of you. You know what I'm saying? And like it's because of the way that the shit is. I know this only because I used to sell fucked up cell phone plans to people, and it's like very predatory. The thing about like, I've been trying to get into plumbing recently, and the only places that are like willing to give me a plumbing job are places where I'm required to be a salesman and like learn plumbing. And I won't do it. I won't go back. I will never go back to sales. I'll fucking put a gun in my mouth. Like, unironically, I will blow my fucking brains out before I take a sales job again. I do not like the kind of person that sales makes me. It you have to become evil. If you're in sales, listen, if you're in sales and you pay for the podcast, sure, cool, whatever, man.
We like you.
Yeah, we like you, I guess. But if you aren't and you've never heard my podcast and you don't know me personally, fuck you, dude. I will eat you.
Bob
bro.
is a salesman.
Yeah, well, that's your, that's your deal. That's not my deal, dude.
It's the only one I like, but
Yeah. I hate sales. I hate you. It literally, you're like made to become a predator. Like, it's awful. Like, you're just like, you know what I'm saying? You're trained to like, there's like sexual market forces. I don't know how to explain this in a way that makes any sense, but it is a lot like Real Oz style sex when you you like manipulate someone into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you manipulate someone to slipping up.
listen, Prag, you ever seen a Kirby vacuum suck?
Yeah. It's we've been watching Oz.
Somebody down at the fucking Goodwill the other day found I missed it. He got to it before me. Found an old Kirby vacuum. It's like, hot damn.
You like those? You like Kirby vacuums? That's another sales job I had that was.
I mean, they're a shit company, but like they do make a fucking vacuum cleaner.
I don't think.
Except I don't want to like. It was by any objective measure better than my vacuum cleaner. However, mine has the little plastic thing, whereas with the fucking old school vacuum, that's one area where I'm like, yeah, new things are better, kind of. I mean, you don't have to empty out the whole.
You get.
Bag.
I got a Dyson, like a really nice high-end Dyson, and I got it on Facebook Marketplace because I spelled it Dieson.
Oh, that's a good hack.
Yeah. And someone who didn't know what it was worth, like, listed it for like $40, and I was like, oh, dude, this retails for like $500. So like, but that's marketing brain.
I kind of go wild on Marketplace these days.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going through the house and getting a whole bunch of shit to sell on there.
Nice.
With my iPad, which another reason not to release the old episode. I tried to sell my iPad to people.
Shaggy, I'll buy your iPad off you, Shaggy.
I already sold my iPad.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
I wish I'd known.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't need it. I just want one because Christine has one, and she uses it to like watch TV shows, and it infuriates me because she's like, "We can share it," and I'm like, "No, like you've smutted it up with your foul TV,
Your girl porn."
Yeah, well, like for me, an iPad device is purely like for drawing. That's what it's for.
Yeah,
Like,
I go for that.
Yeah, that's all I would ever do with it, right? I would draw with it. But like I could never justify like buying one, and then now that I draw all the time for stuff, like for the zines and stuff, I'm like, damn, I really could probably use one.
Yeah.
But I don't want to share it. I have like
The Apple Pencil is really good.
oh, I use my fingers, but like I have like very
Their handwriting recognition has gotten really fucking good with the pencil too. Like you just sit there and just like write on it like it's a fucking notepad, and it does a pretty good job figuring out what you're doing. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
They're good. It's just mine was from 2019, and I use it mainly for music. And it was starting to bog down pretty hard. It's like I'll try a new one sometime this year. But I got the big iPhone, which kind of honestly about almost as good as at least an iPad Mini. So now we're in the exciting computer portion of the show.
I had a pretty interesting like experience recently. This is kind of all ties back to it. It's vaguely ties back to it, but it ties back to it. For months at work, I've been doing something very wrong. Like I've been doing something the wrong way. Like the way I've been loading my truck has been the incorrect way. And all of the mailmen around me tell me that it's wrong. They're always telling me this is not the right way to do it, and I'm always telling them like, dude, shut up. Fuck you, suck my dick, you don't know, you're a fucking asshole, you're trying to play games, you're stupid. And then one of the female carriers, the woman carriers, she's a very nice elderly lady she comes up to me and was like, hey Marcos, do you know that you're loading your truck wrong? And I was like, what? And then she showed me that I was loading my truck wrong, and she did exactly the same thing that all the other guys showed me. And not only did I listen to her, now that's the only way I know how to do it. And as I'm driving away, one of my coworkers, he's like, fucking, I'm going to bleep his name out. But one of my coworkers, I'm going to bleep both their names out. One of my coworkers, he comes up to me and he's like, dog, I told you that same thing when you, like, I've been telling you that for months at this point. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're, like, I mean, what a girl tells you, and like you listen, and then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't listen to anybody unless you're a woman. Like that almost makes me a misogynist, but in a backwards way. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man tells me something,
misandrist, I believe.
Yeah. Well, like if a man tells me something, I don't like. You just told me the word misandrist. Fuck you, dude. I would never. That's probably not the word. I don't know. I don't care. If a woman tells me that it's misandry, though, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, for sure. No, you're right. And I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that means in the long term. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a good thing? Is it bad? I feel like that's worse than being.
It's not great. I mean, it kind of makes you makes it hard for you to navigate the world when you have people are like, you're driving the wrong way down the highway. Fuck you, you're playing games.
You fucking trying to fuck me over, asshole.
Sweetie, you're gonna hit that 18 wheel. Right. You keep driving. Oh shit, she's right.
She's right. Fuck. She's really.
I hate everybody who drives on the wrong side of the road now.
But like you know something crazy? Like this is a genuine belief. I've never met like a manipulative woman. In my mind.
Oh, the fact you think that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like.
Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, sweetie, no.
This is where, yeah, this is like where.
Oh, no.
Kind of like makes me feel weird because I'm starting to realize that like there's lots of women in my life that have told me to do things and I just do it and I don't question it. You know what I'm saying? And like, because it seems right because women always care about me and I don't.
You just never noticed because they never had to manipulate you.
Maybe right. Because every single relationship I've ever had with a man has always been like even friendships with men have always been like tense. There's always a moment where I get fucking, you know what the fuck you're talking about, but I would never do that to, you know what I mean? Like I would never, even when I know that she's factually wrong. The way that my brain works is like, nah, maybe she might be right about this. Maybe you're seeing it wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, and I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about that recently. I've just been thinking.
Yeah, you should think about that a little bit. I think.
You know what else I've been thinking about a lot is the Gene Hackman got by the mummy's curse, dude. That's what killed. I think that. Do you know about Gene Hackman passing away? Did you hear about it?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't know what does he ever have to do with mummies?
Okay, so Gene Hackman passed away. Him and his wife
and their dog
and one of their dogs, because there's multiple dogs on the property, and one of the dogs was locked. They found locked in a closet, and it had been starved to death. They'd been dead for 9 days.
Yeah, I've seen some weird stuff there, but it's like
putrefaction.
He was 95 too.
There was no. At first, people thought it was carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah,
but there was no. The toxicology report came back, nothing like that of the sort, right? So no, and that also doesn't make sense because there were 2 other dogs on the property that also would have succumbed to it, but they didn't. So the wife, or Gene Hackman and his wife, were found in separate rooms. And this is a really interesting thing. When you die, if you are in the conditions to mummify, you mummify from your core outwards, right? You don't mummify from your hands and feet first. You mummify from your core. And then, right, because what usually happens under like mummification, right, when like, which is just desiccation. When desiccation happens, what usually happens is it leaks out of your core. And then all your center mass, your back, and then the rest of you kind of deflates, and that it looks like mummification, but it's just that's what they call putrefaction. It's like a delayed putrefaction or like a special type of putrefaction. Anyways, he was found with regular putrefaction, except his hands and feet were mummified along with his wife's. That's highly unusual. It's very weird. Right, and the only other thing that was suspicious was they found that the room was a little disorderly and there was pills everywhere, but none of the pills could have caused any of what had happened. So I genuinely think that he just got hit with the mummy's curse. Like that's the only thing
possible.
Someone like
or he achieved eternal life. Maybe he is the mummy now.
Dude, no, I don't think. I think someone was like, "Return the slab," and then he got. Dude, he he didn't return the slab, bro. I think that's legitimately what happened.
If that's the case, it's been a while since there was the mummies haven't been killing people for. This could set them back centuries. Yeah. There was all the harmful stereotypes that Hollywood was spreading about how mummies act, and always with their curses and their shambling.
I remember
being ancient wizards and stuff.
I remember Lon Chaney did mummy face. They didn't hire mummies in the industry at that time. Jesus. Oh my God, nobody.
So Mark, I was at the post office, just like loading packages wrong. People are like, you're doing it wrong. It's like, fuck you. Mummy comes up like, it's like, shit, you're right.
You're right, Emotep. You're right. Fuck, I've been doing it all wrong, Emotep. Let's see, there's another, I was reading something about,
Was it about Dracula?
No, it wasn't about Dracula. It was the Starlink. Do you know about that? That Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elon Musk told the FAA, because the FAA, Verizon was supposed to set up. Speaking of Verizon,
those fucking guys,
fucking ghouls. Verizon was supposed to.
But what are you gonna do? Get Sprint?
Metro PCS?
Well, you're gonna be a fucking stick your pinky out and drive your gold car with AT&T? Fuck off.
No, so what ended up happening was they did. Oh, hold on 1 second. I gotta cover this up real quick. It's okay.
I don't know what he's doing, folks. Probably nothing good. He's probably gooning.
I'm gooning.
He's probably pulling his pud there. Probably yanking his crank, you know what I mean? He's probably grinding his gears.
I forgot that my girlfriend was in the shower, and I don't want you to see.
Yeah, you guys are in that Patreon tier.
Yeah, you're not at that Patreon tier.
You can watch me in the shower if you got enough money, though.
I'm not at the Patreon tier, so I'm not allowed to know if you're recording.
No, I am recording.
Oh.
You're also not at the Patreon tier, so.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you gotta pay money to be nude on this show.
Yeah. Okay. So what was I saying? Oh, Verizon was supposed to set up the new FAA, like their how they communicate, they're talking, what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have some kind of, I don't know, their air traffic control, it works on some kind of Wi-Fi system or like some kind of 5G, whatever. And it's supposed to be upgraded. It hasn't been upgraded since like the 80s. So they were going to upgrade it, and they just haven't done that because Verizon is pretty much, fuck you, what are you going to do about it? Call Sprint, like we own them too, right? Like, so like, you know, so Elon Musk.
We also own another company where we do the same thing, but worse.
Yeah. So Elon Musk was like, well, we're going to use Starlink. And he mandated it. He was like, yeah, this is like, I'm making it a federal mandate, which then breaks the contract that Verizon has, and now it costs more money now. And then he was like, well, I'm going to give them to you guys for free. And it's like, no, motherfucker. Like, you're going to give them the sample.
I guess it's probably more expensive to pay Verizon to not do it than it is to pay a little more to get it done.
Don't give them.
Yeah, I'm not giving them. Yeah, like, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
I mean, I know people with Starlink. They don't have any complaints about that, but you know, Elon doesn't like build Starlink. He hires people who know what they're doing to do Starlink.
Yeah. I was trying to.
It seems like an area where he has not been like, I have some fun ideas about how to run an ISP.
I had a really fucked up night last night, like the night before, yesterday. After we got done watching Oz, I was like, I'm gonna go to bed, and then I was awoken to like a screaming match at like almost like 1 in the morning. Like, and it was, what was weird to me was that it was two women screaming at each other, and I was like,
you didn't know who to believe.
Yeah, I didn't know who to believe.
You know who to obey.
Yeah, I didn't know who to listen to on this. I do know, like, listen, I don't listen to advice from everybody. But mostly from women, I listen to advice. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, usually, right? But every now and then, there is a crazy lady who will tell me some shit, and I just know better than to, like, listen to what she has. You know what I'm saying? Like, you humor her, but you don't do what she is telling
This
you.
fucking bitch doctor, like, you need 8 hours of sleep. I'm like, fuck off. Trying to play me.
No, no, I do listen to her. No, so a good example of this is my brother's like best friend, who's like essentially he's our family. Like I've grown up, I like watched this kid grow up, right? So like his whole family, they're big ass clan. They're all a bunch of Okies, and they're all like ran by a meme who's literally I don't think anybody knows her real name. Her name is Grammy. Everyone calls her Grammy.
I had a Grammy.
Yeah, and just everyone, the whole neighborhood knows her as Grammy. No one, she's like one of the most racist people to have ever existed. She is wildly racist.
I didn't want to talk to mine about certain things.
Well, she always comes to the house, and every time she talks to me and my brother, she's always like, "Yeah, I like y'all. Y'all are nice. You know, y'all are the good ones. You know, I wouldn't send y'all back if I had to. Like, I'll keep you around. You trim my lawn. Like, thanks, Grammy. Like, you fucking, anyways, my brother's baby mama, her mom is also a crazy lady. So they don't really interact with each other, but yesterday Grammy got on some politics with my brother's baby mama, she is liberal ISIS. She is the wine mom ISIS that I was talking about. Right? And so they were screaming at each other at like midnight, just fucking like about to throw old lady blows over Elon Musk. And I was like, damn, like this is wild. Like, I didn't get involved. I stood outside and I watched from my window, like just really peeked. I was like, I'm not involved in this. But it was crazy because the craziest thing about it is that Grammy calls him Elon Musk, which is very funny to me because she's never heard of the word Elon, right? Like, that doesn't exist for her. So
I don't know that I knew any before he showed up, honestly.
Yeah. So she calls him Elon Musk, is what she calls him. And she was saying that Elon Musk is gonna take everyone to Mars and is gonna program the computers so that we can put our souls in them and we can live as Christians forever on Mars. And I was like,
just like in the Bible.
I remember that part.
What kind of fucking Christianity is this?
It's the cool version of Christianity.
It would be if like it wasn't like, yeah, the fucking biggest retard in the country. Yo, also, I'm racist now. I fucking hate white South Africans. I was talking to homie Ella and was like, yeah, I mean, you know, I get it. Horrible things are happening. None of that should happen, but to anybody, it's wrong. But listen, you shouldn't never let the white South Africans into your fucking country.
The Boers did that themselves. They did that. They are awful people. The only good one is Adam Friedland's dad. He's it. That's it. There's no one else. And he is the dad of one of the most annoying guys who have ever existed.
I don't know about that. I don't care who's good or anything. I was like, it's just certain things and shit, but just don't let it sucks. But you know what you gonna do? Let him into what you gonna do? Let him into your country? Fucking let him become shadow president? Let him start like being a sex creep without the sex?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I was just explaining that. I was on a podcast. I woke. The reason why I slept all day, and that's why this podcast is coming out so late, is because I slept all day, and my brain short circuited and crashed out because I went on another podcast this morning. I woke up at like 8 a.m. to go on a podcast. That's how you know I'm really about this life. But I woke up at like 8 a.m. to go on a podcast, and the podcast was fun, and it was a great hang, and I'm looking forward to listening to it. I'll drop it in the chat so everyone can listen. And it like. There's a lot of overlap between our two podcasts. It's a secret podcast. I'm not telling anyone what it is, but there's a lot of overlap between our two podcasting communities. But I got to see a homie that I haven't seen in a while, and we were like riffing, and then I realized they were like talking about. They're like, yeah, we started listening to your show like 2 weeks ago when we decided to have you on the show, and we were listening back to the log to like see what you've been up to because we were on your show a super long time ago, you know, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, cool. And then they're like, yeah, what the fuck is your show about?
What do you want it to be about?
Yeah. I was like, you know, no one has asked me that question. No one has And they're like, I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know how to explain what this is or what we're doing here anymore. There's a lot of lore now. You got to be involved in the Discord heavily to know what this many means. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit going on here. There's a lot of insular content that you're not aware of unless you're.
Eventually, you'll start cutting off all your friends and family who aren't involved, and you'll become financially subservient to us.
You should go to patreon.com/the homie collective and give us $1 and or more.
The fact you haven't is why you
that's why you don't
have
get
enough
any
or too many friends.
Yeah,
Whichever your problem is.
Yeah. But I like really kind of realizing that I've gone off the deep end, and you know what I'm saying. And I feel bad, Shoggy. I really do feel bad because it's been my fucking big, immense, stupid ass just raging against you singularly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. Shoggy.
I just feel like I'm trying to, it's like I don't know about that one. I like to go with it. I gotta be real though. You have kind of gone off the deep end a little bit lately. I've been increasingly concerned about how do I fucking keep this shit together? We're back. We were doing so good about not doing cannibalism, and the cannibalism's back, and
it's worse than ever.
Worse than ever.
I went on someone else's podcast and talked about eating guys. So
eat guys night.
Yeah, eat guys. What were we talking about? The Kiss Guys Night is definitely like a Yankee Stadium deal. At Fenway Park, they would do Fuck Guys in the Ass Night. And what is that Pittsburgh Stadium, the Eagle Stadium? That's definitely a Eat Guys Night. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of... Every stadium, you can only do them in certain stadiums because the vibes are different everywhere you go. I don't know. My vibe has been completely shifted by watching A.S.S. recently. I started rewatching it. And it's been the most healing thing. It's crazy.
I'm just saying, I don't like having to feel like the sane and responsible one in a situation. If it's got to that point where I'm the sane responsible one, it's not good.
It's a bad situation. We're in dire straits. I agree, dude. I'm sorry. I've been under a lot of stress and pressure.
Well, I'm sorry that I've caused you to rage against me somehow.
It's not you. You're just there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad and you're there. You know? It's hard to really explain. This is real, I don't know. Watching A.S.S. has really, made me feel better, in a larger sense. I don't feel as bad about things anymore, right? I still feel bad about shit, but not as bad. And, I don't know. I've been feeling mad unstable, emotionally, because I got emotional the other day. That's why I cut my hair. But it's why I did the BPD thing, the BPD girl thing of shaving your bangs.
You did the Britney.
Yeah. You get so mad about something, you just got to start shaving your head. But I for me, it wasn't. What happened was I had this moment of intense beauty, right? I started to see the Patreon and the podcast and the Discord and all the projects going on in it, and then all the DMs that I get from people telling me, hey, after being in the Discord, I got back into writing, I got back into drawing. I'm getting back into creative stuff, and
it's happening to me even.
Yeah,
the homies really been lifting me up, just by their example.
Yeah, I've just been wanting to. That's all I've ever wanted, right? And I finally have this I finally have this community that I've always wanted and craved, right? And then I look at my life and how much I work and how little time I spend with anyone that isn't in the Discord or online, and I was like, fuck, I'm full of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm full of shit. I talk about go outside, be friends, be your friends, and I'm here 24/7, and I'm working 24/7, and you know what I'm saying? And it makes me feel like a big ass hypocrite. And so I've been trying to be more consciously, because I don't have that feeling of I'm not spending time with my people in real life. If I'm spending time with you, I'm spending time with you. That's how I feel. Do you know what I'm saying? But I've been mad focused on work and trying to not starve and among other things. Right? And just forcing myself to watch 5 episodes of Oz, which is about 5 hours. You know, on
Yeah,
the
we
day-
banged through like fucking 3
2
seasons in like 4 days.
Yeah, like, we've really been hitting it
We
like
are,
crack addicts.
I was telling Lexi, like, yeah, we were just tearing through Oz at an alarming rate.
Because it's so good.
It's weirdly bingeable though. There's something about it that's like,
What's nice about watching Oz, really, what's genuinely nice about it is that like it pauses itself to tell you the themes, and then but it does it in a way that's like comical. It's like I can't get over how funny it is sometimes. Like it's genuinely the funniest shit ever.
it's got just a good balance of sincerity and camp, and a lot of the camp is unintentional.
Yeah,
But it's
kind of soap opera.
B.D. Wong is so pretty.
Yeah, B.D. Wong is a gorgeous man. One of the
He's got
hottest
a
dudes. ever.
soft, delicate voice. It's the kind of voice you want to hear bad news from.
Yeah, he does have bad news voice in a good way. But yeah, like I don't know, just kind of like I'm trying to find like a healthy balance and centering myself, and that's crazy for me because I don't know what healthy is and I don't know what balance is. I'm very much an extremist, right? And so like I'm trying to figure all this stuff out, and also not fucking put a gun in my head, right? Like just fucking just deal, you know. And you know, I appreciate everyone coming along on the journey. Like I don't want to get emotional again about it, but I got emotional. I got happy about it, and I felt something. And a normal person would be like, "Oh man, this is beautiful," and instead I was just like, "I want to shave my fucking head."
It's all good. You know, this is how you deal. Maybe that hair was evil.
It might have been. You know what? No. Did I tell you that story about Christine? Because like one time we were goofing around. This one I had really long hair. When I had super long hair, and me and Christine were goofing around, and I bit the shit out of her. I bit her thigh. Like I bit her thigh hard enough to where like she thought she needed medical attention, like very hard. And then she's like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" She slapped the shit out of me. She's like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" And I was like, "Oh, I got long hair." And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm evil now." It's like, what? She's like, I don't think those two things are connected. She went from being mad to being like kind of concerned about.
Lexi's favorite Marcos thing is when Ruben gave you like the sushi that was like just all wasabi. And you ate the whole thing. You're like, Christine would have fucking killed you if you did that. And Ruben's like, Christine wouldn't have eaten the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. It was the 2-biter too. So I took a first bite, and I was chewing on it, and it was too hot, and I was like, oh my god. And then I took a second, and then I ate it. I finished it with the second bite, which. When I think about the mechanics of that, I don't know what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like my brain.
You gotta clean that plate.
Yeah. Oh my god. So I almost got. I had a friend of mine. We almost got matching tattoos. My friend got blasted on his chest. "Mama didn't raise no bitch," and I thought about getting that with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt it was like an ethos for a while. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, Mama did raise a bitch. I am a bitch sometimes. Like, I get scared of things, and then I just don't do them. Like I'm afraid of success.
Well, if there was a guy who got this "Machine Kills Fascists" tattooed on his dick.
It'd be tight to get it on the inside of your lip, you know? And like this machine sucks fascists. Oh my god.
I'm really excited to go to Spokane to see Dog Rapist in the spring.
What was the other one that came up with? The shirt, the Hamwich shirt that I want to start selling now. It's called Rape Racist.
Oh yeah.
the band that's the Hamwich shirt would be called Rape Racist. It's a band Hamwich would listen to. It doesn't exist. It's not real.
Yeah, they're
But-
not like Dog Rapist.
Yeah. It's Dog Rapist. You're saying it wrong. You're saying it wrong.
I'm the one who introduced you to them.
Yeah, but I've gotten really into there.
I've seen them live 3 times.
I hate this bit because I don't understand the bit. Like I get why, but I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but I don't get it.
I need to set up that eventually there'll be available music you can listen to by this artist.
I was trying to.
It's just they're really tied up in rights issues.
Yeah, I was trying to beat you to it by making my own dog rapist tracks, and then realizing that I couldn't do it. I didn't have the sauce.
They've got a unique kind of vision musically. Yeah. It's kind of hard for. I mean, you can take inspiration from it. I have, but I've never even tried covering their stuff because I don't really have anything to contribute to it. Sometimes if I do a cover of a song, it's because I hear something like I like the song and kind of have an idea for it. Not that the original is imperfect, just like I got a different idea here. Mm-hmm. But I just don't have any better ideas. I don't have any good ideas for their stuff. It's kind of like they kind of cover everything. It's kind of like, you ever listen to Mercury Rev?
No.
No, they're pretty good. Dog Rapist doesn't sound at all like them, but it's kind of a spiritual similarity in the way they operate their sonic palette with such a breadth.
No, there's a lot of stuff that I just don't have context for. Like, I would never listen to it. I keep bringing this up, but it's hard. Shoggy really does have to drag me kicking and screaming to listen to music.
I will listen to anything. Yeah. I just like music.
Yeah, it's when I show Shog's music, it's usually I can show him stuff, and he kind of he participates. He's like, "Oh yeah, I like this," or "I really enjoy this." But when he shows me music, I have to it's hard because I have to find context that I would have listened to this. Do you know what I'm saying? I need to identify the experience that I would have had to listen to this, and it's difficult, because a lot of the stuff that a lot of people. This is me doing.
I'd say most of my music either falls under evil or groovy.
I'm talking about the thing that I have an issue with is that I don't know a lot of white music. Do you know what I'm saying? Sonically, I didn't get an education in that kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? I just found out about.
What do you mean by white music, though?
Megadeth is one of them.
Okay,
Megadeth is white. Yeah, Megadeth is white music.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Right. Pantera, that's white music, right? But I'm just saying metal because that's the one that's the most that I think about the most. But Nirvana is white music. I didn't listen to a lot of Nirvana growing up. I think I had one album of theirs, which was the In Utero, and it was really scratched, and only 4 songs worked on it. So, you know what I'm saying? And then I listen to Weezer. Weezer's not white. They make white ass music, but it's not white music. Does that make any sense?
That's really.
They make music for.
If you asked me to name a what's white music?
Weezer. Weezer. Yeah, Weezer would be one of them, but it's so just like Paramore is another one that's white ass music, but it's they fuck with Paramore in the hood, so you can hear Paramore. Do you get what I'm saying? There's context for listening to Paramore. The other one that people fuck with heavily is the Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco is also white music, but it's not.
Well, they groove.
Yeah, they're groovy. It's, you know what I'm saying? So I have educations and things, but I'm missing big chunks. Like you had to show me the Beach Boys because I've literally before you, I've never heard a Beach Boy song, ever, right? Not once. I've never been in the California Girls, and never showed up in my fucking. I never would ever hear it. It's not something I would listen to. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's a few other ones that you showed me that I just don't like. Ween is a white ass band. I would never listen to Ween under any circumstance. I'm not even trying to be rude, they make bad music, because some of the songs you make, you showed me are pretty cool, but it's white shit. I would never be around that kind of whiteness and be comfortable. Do you know what I'm saying? It would take me a long time.
See, but when I listen to music, if I listen to Tupac, I'm not A.S.S. black music.
I understand that, but that's because there's not a. That isn't. I don't know why there is, but there is a type. There is very much a white music.
Yeah, I understand what you're getting at.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say it's white people music. No, there's music that is.
What's Hootie and the Blowfish?
Hootie and the Blowfish is white music, but it's made by a black guy.
What about ska?
It depends. It really depends.
What about first wave ska?
Yeah, see if you know the different waves of ska, if it's not just Cartoon Network commercial music, that's That's what ska is. That's not white people music, right?
Or that perfect post that summarizes the sound that you hear in a 12-year-old getting extra cheese sticks. Extra,
Yeah. If that's
good place in your head.
If that's not your like, if the what is that fucking the America's Home Videos? No, the America's Home Videos is ska. Like, it's the perfect ska. It's literally that. But yeah, if you're
red, white, and blue, the funny things you do. That's never leaving. That's one of the permanent memories.
I miss that kind of like retarded patriotism that we used to have sometimes.
Don't worry.
I don't think it's coming back.
It's coming back, but eviler now.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's coming back.
It's going to be mostly retarded with a little bit of patriotism.
No, what I mean, like, before, pre-9/11, before the we'll put a boot in your ass, before that happened, right, there was, like, a type of, like, we're Americans, and we're fucking stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was, like, it was well documented that we were not as intelligent as everyone else. And we weren't trying to like front about it. Like we were like, nah, we're dumb.
But we're
like,
cool.
Yeah, we're cool. We love big pickup trucks and beer, and it was very Midwestern. You know what happened was the Midwest.
We have legal weed and gay marriage.
No,
for now.
For now. The Midwest was in vogue. The Midwest was in bloom.
I know. 90s. Well, it's because the Republicans knew that they could just really target and just start beating these fucking hicks off and like, yeah, we are that great. We are that great. They love us so much. Fucking solidify their wicked Protestant hold while fucking Protestantizing American Catholicism.
I realize that I'm not really like meant for normies. Like, I'm starting to understand that there is a normie. I've always thought to myself, like, nah, there's people, like, there's no such thing as normies. Everyone can kind of figure things out.
Some days I get that egalitarian thing. Then I go outdoors. It's like, nope, never mind. There they are.
Yeah. So, I was talking with the people that I like, am in the...
But I don't mean, when I say normie, I don't mean, like, it seems like now people say normie to mean, like, somebody who's not, like...
doesn't have brain rot.
Yeah, it's like, no, I just mean like fucking conformist ass, like doesn't think about their life, fucking buys into the system.
This is something
kind
that
of
happened.
Motherfuckers.
This is something that happened to me after the whole like scare of like the Trump's gonna take over the post office thing. We got a couple of people together to try and talk about like possibly what we can do. But then like I was like, hey, like what we really need to do is just kind of like hang out, like build some kind of camaraderie. Because the mail, our office, the morale is ass. It's some of the worst shit that's ever happened. Like and it's because like we let management effectively split us up and not talk to anybody, and we don't compare notes, and none of the rules are enforced correctly or when they should be. So like if we're all friends and we all care about each other, then it makes it harder for them to fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's the basis of this, is what I was trying to like talk about. And then they were talking about something, and then one of the guys was like, well, they did privatization in the UK and like in Britain, and it turned out pretty good. To which I told him, 1776, baby, these colors don't run. I'm never going back. I would never do that shit. And the other guy who was with me, like he's kind of more of he's like a leftist, like he's like self-identified like Marxist, you know what I'm saying? Like he talks about this stuff. He's always talking to me about theory and stuff, and I fuck with him. I believe for that. And he listens to the show. What's up, dude? Anyways, he was like, why would you quote Alex Jones to make a leftist point? And I was like, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have, because I'm not pulling from one.
He's dirty.
Because I'm not pulling from one source. I'm pulling from a bunch of sources. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I have a much broader view of like, I don't know. I think that in a lot of ways it alienates me. It alienates me from like a left, not the left, but
I
anyway.
kind of do it deliberately on that
Nah,
account, but also like, I mean, I fucking live here. You can fucking declare your hyper hyphenated, niche political ideology, your hatred of the fucking great Satan. But I mean, honestly, as far as great Satans go, we could be doing a lot worse for one thing. Yeah. Also, I fucking live here, and I'm probably gonna be living here, and what if we just made the place better and we didn't like go around and like, I think I've talked about on the show, there's something very American exceptionalism, the way that the way that people are anti-American in America, like, nobody hates their country like Americans do. These fucking idiots are uniquely moronic with their belief that America is exceptional.
My dream, honestly, would be to be put to death with by an administration I either fuck with heavily or an administration I don't fuck with heavily.
I don't want to die for politics.
No, it'd just be tight. It'd be cool.
It'd be, it'd be better than a lot of things. In 95. By carbon monoxide poisoning.
But the mummy's curse.
The mummy's, yeah.
Because you didn't forward. I was like, you didn't forward the email, the chain text message. Like, send this to 10 friends or get cursed by the mummy. Like,
we should start sending out. We should bring back chain letters centering around the mummy's curse.
Yeah. They got Gene Hackman with the mummy's curse, dude. Return the slab.
I can't. I'm 95. I can't make the trip to Cairo. I'll die. Too bad.
And then that Mario music, that bow 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 bow, just starts playing. Oh fuck, we're retarded, dude.
Yeah, this is good. This is a silly one.
Yeah, it's fine.
But this is a nice one. I feel nice about this one.
We did a good one because the other one we did was fucking dog shit. It was
very unentertaining and just kind of depressing.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been off on a podcast. It only took over 200 episodes at this point to have an off day.
I feel bad sometimes when you get like going. It's like, well, on the show I don't want to do some like fucking therapy ass fucking show. We're talking about it's okay. I'll hold space for you, Marcos. We gotta be funny, and that means often contentious. And I'm like, I don't want to pick on poor Marcos too much. He's a mailman. They go through so much. By the way, I don't know if this is cool or not. I think it is. I was at Lowe's the other day, and I used the veteran parking.
Hell
it's
yeah.
like, what are they gonna fucking do about it? I've been through wars.
Yeah. You're like, I'm a veteran.
A Marion Time War veteran right here. I'm a veteran of the war on drugs.
Yeah. On the side of drugs.
And on poverty.
Yeah.
On the side of poverty.
No, I don't know.
Living in America's a war. I'm a fucking veteran. I'm not gonna take the handicap spot, but
you point at your head like the real war's up here, son.
Yeah. And it's not like there's a veteran sticker they check for. If need be, I got my World War II veteran hat around here.
You want to know?
People give me shivs like, I didn't see you there, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't see you there, dude. I was there at D-Day. Just start naming places that weren't even there. Like, I was there, dude.
I was at Normandy,
Yeah.
Little Egypt,
Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China.
I was in Memphis.
I was in Dallas that fateful day. You didn't see me, but you might have heard me.
What do you think the D in Dallas or the D in D-Day stands for? It's Dallas Day.
Danny.
That too. Fucking, I forget that your name is.
I was there when we stormed Beijing in 1968.
I was there when we stormed GameStop. Oh my god!
Now we keep the Battletoads in the British Museum.
What was I gonna say about whatever the fuck? I don't know.
You're like a Battletoads like truther or something. You like that game.
I do love Battletoads so much. I'm not a Battletoads truther, but you know why I love Battletoads? This actually kind of like explains my love of ball torture, of cock and ball torture.
The Sisyphean nature of Battletoads, where it's like, they coded parts so you almost can't win.
Yeah, I used to play Battletoads versus Double Dragon, and the rule in my house was, because my dad didn't want to fucking buy video games because he would rather buy meth. But the rule that he made up, and my stupid ass believed, this is like, I did not believe this until way late in the game. Like, I was 11 when I first realized that he was lying to me about this. But he told me that at games like at Sam Goody, or I can't remember what it was. It was either Sam
Fuck
Goody.
yeah, Sam Goody.
It's either Sam Goody or a place called like Funko or something like that, right?
Oh, Funkoland.
Funkoland. It was Funkoland. Yeah. At Sam Goody or
Cool.
Funkoland.
Shops back where everything was GameStop.
Yeah, before it was GameStop. He would tell me that when you bought a video game, you had to beat it in order to buy another video game because they would check and to see if you beat it.
Can you imagine how the economy would be so much better? Can you imagine how much better off our generation would be if we all believed that? We'd all be homeowners. We wouldn't have like a 500 game Steam backlog.
Yeah, dude. So I fucking played. So the first 2 games he got me one was Vector Man 3D for the Sega Genesis.
A good game.
Sonic Pinball, or the Sonic
Spinball,
Sonic Spinball,
which is a fine game once you figure out its weird physics.
Yeah,
it's unfairly maligned.
Yes, and then
the
Chester Cheeto game.
Oh,
right, and that was I remember beating that shit in like 2 minutes. Like I was like, oh damn, dude, this is crazy. I beat that shit so fast. And then the next game he got me was Battletoads, and I got Battletoads, and then I fucking had Battletoads for almost 5 years. I didn't have any other game, and I played that shit every day until I finally beat it. And I remember beating it and crying because I hadn't played any other fucking game for like 5 years. You're laughing.
This is why you like Kenshi. This is like.
Sean, you're laughing? This is my real ass life.
No, I get it. But also this absolutely explains. Yeah, Battletoads is fucking,
It's fucking rough, dude. It's
rough.
It's so hard. It's insanely hard. And then my dad beat up some guy and gave me a PS1, and then the game that he gave after that was it's not
Bubsy 3D.
No. I'm gonna sound like a fucking schizophrenic it's a JRPG where you make puppets, where you find puppets and then you put gems inside the puppets, and those gems turn the puppets into like little monsters, and then they fight for you on your behalf. And it's kind of like Pokemon style. And the thing is that they had like a very like, they could breed a bunch of, they had a very like diverse section where you could just breed a bunch of different gems and make different monsters and make them stronger and tougher and short and fat. And I didn't even finish the game because I got super obsessed with making the biggest monster.
Was it called Eternal Eyes?
Eternal Eyes. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, this one's not very well recalled, it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, I played the fuck out of that game. It had such a deep ass like monster building thing, and my ass was building monsters in that game. Right? I literally spent like maybe 3 years like perfecting the biggest monster in that game. Not even playing the story. Not even getting that deep into the story. But I don't even remember what it is.
See, if you'd had a Dreamcast, your life would have gone down a chow garden hole that you'd probably still be in. Motherfuckers still raising their chows. It's good. It's a good little mini game.
I know. I just like, I don't know. And then I didn't start. That's why I'm not like much. I talk about video games and I enjoy video games, but I'm not a gamer. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not really much of a gamer. Because I like games that suck. I like games that are shit because I played Battletoads for 5 years. I remember seeing the credit roll and like just in like actual like, like when people get married and they're like so thankful and grateful, like that's where I was at. I was just like, tears were rolling down my eyes, and I remember like, Dad, I beat it, Dad. And my dad was just fucking spun out of his mind. It's just like, oh, cool, dude. Guess we're going to Funkoland or whatever. Sick. I think we went to Rasputin's. Then we got video games.
Yeah, also used to have Electronics Boutique. Those were cool.
Yeah.
And Suncoast Video. Back in my day, you bought the game, you put it in, and it just played. You didn't have to like spend 3 hours waiting for it to download a 1660 gigabyte update to itself.
You know what's weird about me?
10 years for Grand Theft Auto to come out.
You know what's weird about me? Is that you grew up during like the analog years of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the tail end of it.
Yeah, but you have memories of like the 90s of like, you know what I'm saying? You have memories of the 90s. And I also have memories of the 90s. But I didn't gain sentience until like 14. Do you know? Like, I didn't. That took me that long to realize that I'm like, oh, I have free will. I was kind of a flesh automaton until 14. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have a lot. I have memories, but they're all like jumbled up. They're all fucked up, and like I have.
Well, it's because you had to download that fucking day one 160 gigabyte patch that took 16 years to download on 90s internet speeds.
Yeah, true. But like, I didn't. I remember. I literally remember gaining sentience at 14 years old. I like legitimately remember what had happened was I was walking home. There was a place on my way home called Zacato's, I think is the name of it. It's like a bougie ass grocery store. And I went in there and I ordered a sandwich, and then like I had $20, and the lady was like, that'll be $21.41 because I ordered way too much meat. You know, like little kid things when you're like, oh, things don't cost money, and you can just put a bunch of stuff on stuff. So she's like, that'll be $21. And I like didn't have enough for it. I was like, okay, cool. And I grab it, and my thought was, I could just walk out with this. And I did. And then I was just like, oh shit, I had agency this whole time. Like, holy shit, I could do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't have, like, sentience was born in me after that. I was capable. I remember, like, my mom and people around me telling me to do stuff, and I'd be like, no.
And then it's like, never do another rule ever again.
Yeah, I don't have to listen to you. What are you going to do, make me? And then the only times that people would do stuff was when they made me do stuff. And I was like, oh, I guess you can make me do things. Right? If you could physically force me to do it, then I guess you got me. You know, hey, fair enough, sir. Like,
and then you start like, okay, how do I do it without them noticing?
No, that never occurred to me. The thing that, like, what's really, I take very well to discipline. Right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. When someone tells me not to do something, I'm like, shut up, suck my dick. And then they force me. They, like, make it awful, right? They, like, physically force me to do something. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll never do that again. There's no other way to do this, I guess, right?
I hate people who do it the other way.
Yeah. They're awful. They're awful. They don't deserve to be people. No, that is not the way my mind works, Sharks. You're taking it a step further than
I'm sorry.
You're yes-anding me into fascism, Shogs.
Alright.
Hitler, that's probably kind of how Hitler got his start, if you think about it. He kind of got yes-anded into it. You know what I'm saying? I like to think of that. I like to think that he was a silly, goofy little guy.
Nah, he was a painter. They're all miserable sons of
Did you
bitches.
hear, speaking of Hitler, did you hear about Kanye West recently?
This is about where we are. It's like, you can't really think about Hitler without thinking about Ye these days.
Yeah. So after he talked about how Adam Sandler stopped him from being an anti-Semite,
No, it was Jonah Hill.
No. You know,
Did it happen again?
It happened again with Adam Sandler this time. It was on SNL or something. I guess Adam Sandler recently hosted SNL and said something about Kanye West, and Kanye West heard it and went on Twitter and was like, "Thank you, Adam Sandler. I'm no longer a Nazi." Right? But I think he was doing it like facetiously. You know what I'm saying? And then the media is not aware of that. They don't really, people can't be facetious. You can't just get online and say things that are untrue.
Only me and my friends make jokes. Everybody else is always serious all the time.
Yeah, but that's what I think happened. But today, we saw him in the Nazi shirt. We talked about that on the other episode. He was wearing the Nazi shirt, but he was also, he asked, you know who Trax NYC is?
Is that a record store?
No, Trax NYC. They're the jeweler that does a lot of the rap. So there's like Johnny Dang. He does everyone's like
Johnny Dang.
Yeah, DENG.
That's amazing.
Johnny Dang. Yeah,
I love him.
Johnny Dang does everyone's teeth.
Oh.
He's like he's the grill guy. Johnny Dang but he also does like some jewelry, like, you know, stuff. There's a lot of like there's there's like an economy of people that their jewelers are. They do so many people's jewelry that they, you know what I'm saying? That they like get big.
Yeah.
Right. So Trax NYC, Johnny Dang, Kanye West has went to all of these guys, all of these famous jewelers to ask about getting a diamond encrusted swastika, to which they all said, "Fuck no." They all said no, dude. What kind of? And so he put out an APB out on his Instagram. Was like, "Yo, let me know if you're a cracked 19-year-old jeweler." And you're trying to make a swastika. A diamond encrusted swastika. Jesus Christ, dude. He even tapped the guy from Chrome Hearts. Do you know who? I can't remember his name. The fashion designer from the guy who does Chrome Hearts. Do you know about the Chrome Hearts brand? Do you know about that?
They do jeans or something?
They started out as
like selvage denim.
Yeah, they started out as jewelry though. They started out as silver and pewter jewelry, and like they were just doing custom stuff, and they're very like select and limited. They only sell to certain people. Like you can't buy it directly, and it's only the guy. And he's kind of like a well-known like white supremacist, or he's used like the iron crosses, you know, like he does that kind of stuff. But like I don't know, I'm not gonna give my man a pass on that one, but I do think that like the iron cross is more aesthetic in his.
Yeah, you can.
In his defense,
you can kind of all right. Just don't do a swastika next, you know?
Yeah. But even he said no to Kanye West. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, guy who's like, I'm cool with this. Well, he's done, like, Totenkopfs, too. Like, the Totenkopf skull. He's done, and that's another one. Did I tell you the story about I had a Totenkopf and I didn't know? I didn't know that.
Just looks like a cool skull.
It looks like a cool skull and crossbones. It does. It looks cool. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And I put it on my backpack and I wore it around for months. And nobody fucking said anything to me until one day some guy was like, "What are you, fucking Nazi?" And I was like, "No, what does that mean?" Like, why? I don't know. I know I love Mel Brooks. That's a crazy thing to say.
That's kind of how I became like, Jew. Well, Mel Brooks is Jewish and he's the best, so I guess they must be pretty cool.
Oh man, just imagine.
You hate Jews? You hate Mel Brooks?
You hate Mel Brooks?
Fuck?
He's like one of the best to ever do it, dude. You're out of your mind.
Coolest guy in the world.
You said Seinfeld, I'd be like, no, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hey, listen. So I watched or on my route, there's a lady who has one of those like book depositories, like where you could just come and take, you know, like leave a book, take a book.
Yeah, little free libraries. We got a bunch around town. I love them.
Yeah, she has one, and in it was like a biography or a memoir by Jerry Seinfeld called Sign Language, and I wanted to punch through the book because I've never been more angry about something. I was like, God damn it. Look at you, even Choggs put his foot. You know it's real when Choggs puts his fist up too. Like that. That's
fuck crazy. You, Jerry Seinfeld.
That's crazy, dude.
You're the worst part about your show. You owe everything you are to Larry David.
Yeah, you do. You really do. And oh my God. Okay. Anyways, we've been an hour. Let's let me read the names of the psychopaths that support all this stuff. My best friends, the friends of the show.
The Psycho Pals.
The Psycho Pals. Whoa. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened while I was asleep. Holy shit. Okay, let's get
what happened?
A lot of people joined.
Let's
see. Shouts out to the following homies. $10 more to the Gorilla Chow Fund. Hell yes. Carrie Cares. CHO Feskatched. Cookied medium rare. Dead Raccoon. Ella L. number 5 fan. You know what? I respect that, Ella. You're number 1, but okay. Don't tell anyone. Flesh Kaiju, Full Slack, Fuzzing Nalgas, Grungus Fungus Dungus, Hamwich, Hero Brian's dead brother, Jade, Kevin Villasane, Kiefer, Christopher Lynch, Malik Nunez, Marin is spinning you. Pablo Hummus. Ripstone, Roboy, self-contained underwater breathing Steven's father. Yes. Shmoo, Somewhere Systems, Steven Civignano. They got my name in they mouth. Call me Upper Casio. Theo, White Moses. Jesus Christ, dude. Working Stiffs, Bottomless Funeral Parlor, A Bag of Sand. Andrew Morgado, Augur, Benny, Beware the Mighty, Septipus, Brody, Brian H., Cha-Cha Slide, Chris McTiger, Chris Wade, Cody Hewitt, Doug M., Even Smaller, Micro Peanuts, Frank Javc, Fred Sharman, Gabriel, He Devil in France, Homer Runtime, Infestadec, Jason Zoller, Jim Schmungus, damn, that's tough to say back to back. Joe Cassidy, Jonathan Weber, Josh G, Kenzie Trayall, Knife Dog, Laura, Luke Simasek, Marie, Mesh, Mr. Fide, Miss Bird, Names, Obi-Wan Khashoggi, Oganasson, Patrick Goldman, Priest Patrol, Reese, Richard Koknar, Rianne, Sarah Zadig, Slithers, Sokram Legnar, Solidus Red, Super Male Boy 64, Spenny, Spermicidal Tendencies, hell yeah, dude, Stephen V, Tegan, The Empty Set, the Lale Lule Low, the God damn it, the Lil Lamito. I think I said that right. Wait, just let me knock back a key of nuclear fent. Wax Replica, world's largest Margot Peanuts, and finally bringing us all back to Earth, world's largest micro penis.
I also want to shout out a new member of the Discord who's not a patron.
Yes.
But I said I'd give him a freebie, Trial by Diarrhea.
I don't know what...
This is so fucking good.
Yeah, you jump in the chat when we're watching Awesome Times, and I don't know what to call you. Trial by D is the... I don't want to say it. I don't want to say, what's up, Trial by Diarrhea? That sounds awful. It's an awful thing to say to somebody. I love you, though. That's a good name. It's a tight name. Anyways, shouts out to the homies. I appreciate all of you. Love you. I'm sorry this is so late, but, it's rough. It's rough out here. But you know what? Homies make the world a world worth living in. That's what the homies do.